is electronic battery sensor? Function of the EBS. Operating principle of the EBS. Symptoms of a bad or failing EBS. Advantage of the EBS. Frequently asked questions. What is electronic battery sensor? The electronic battery sensor provides reliable and precise information on the status of 12-volt lead-acid batteries while taking battery aging effects into account. By providing this relevant information, the EBS allows for the implementation of an optimized electrical energy management system in the vehicle and supports fuel and CO2 saving technologies such as start-stop, coasting or recuperation. Function of the electronic battery sensor. The electronic battery sensor measures the current, voltage and temperature of 12-volt lead-acid batteries with great precision. The battery state detection algorithm integrated into the EBS calculates the current and predicted state of charge and function of the battery from these base parameters and indicates battery aging effects. This information is passed on to a higher level control unit, for example the electrical energy management system. If needed, that system implements suitable measures to ensure the power supply to ancillaries that are important or critical to safety and to serve other purposes, for example maximizing battery life by avoiding deep discharge or supporting fuel and CO2 saving technologies such as start-stop, coasting or recuperation. Operating principle of the electronic battery sensor. The electronic battery sensor is attached to the negative terminal of a 12-volt lead-acid battery with a terminal clamp and connected to the vehicle's body by a screw-on ground cable. The EBS measures the current using a shunt and determines the battery's voltage and temperature. These base parameters are required as input parameters for the integrated battery state detection among other things. On that basis, the BZE algorithm predicts the battery's state of charge, the state of function and the state of health. The SOC indicates how much power is available. Using the SOC, the electrical energy management system in the main control unit regulates ancillary load to optimize battery life and fuel consumption. The SOC predicts the influence of the load profile on the voltage curve. Based on the SOC value, battery aging effects and their influence on the battery's capacity to store energy and its power output are calculated. Symptoms of a bad or failing electronic battery sensor. Engine surging. A symptom commonly associated with a failing battery temperature sensor is an engine that surges during operation. The battery temperature sensor helps the system continuously adjust the system voltage, and if it fails, this process may be disturbed. An incorrect or inconsistent signal from the battery temperature sensor may cause the system voltage to fluctuate, which will cause the engine to surge. Low battery voltage. Another symptom of a bad or failing temperature sensor is low battery voltage. If the battery temperature sensor has any issue that causes it to send an incorrect signal to the computer, it can interfere with proper charging and cause low voltage. A battery with low voltage may not be able to properly start a vehicle, and may also cause other problems for the vehicle's electrical system. Illuminated battery light. If the battery temperature sensor fails, it can also cause the battery light to become illuminated. If the system is affected in any way that causes the battery to not be charged, and it is picked up by the computer, it will illuminate the battery light. The battery light may also be illuminated if the sensor detects that it is too hot, to alert the driver to shut off the vehicle before damage occurs to the battery. Advantage of electronic battery sensor. With sensors measuring the charge within batteries on a molecular level, you can, by monitoring and controlling the batteries, achieve an increased energy availability, power density, charge rate and reduced risk for explosion, which all are important parameters for both vehicles and battery storage. Frequently asked questions. Do I need a battery sensor? The function of the battery sensor is particularly important in vehicles with stop-start feature, as the battery management system must verify that the battery has enough charge to restart the vehicle. If the battery is low on charge, the stop-start feature is disabled. How do you test a battery sensor? Some require measuring the resistance between the sensor pins, others advise using a scan tool to test the sensor. In some cars, using a scan tool, a mechanic can check the state of charge, The state of health and other parameters of the battery. Can you drive with a bad battery sensor? Having a damaged battery temperature sensor can prove to be very problematic for your charging system. Driving your car with a damaged sensor may lead to problems cranking the vehicle when needed. Can you bypass the battery current sensor? If a car has a battery current sensor and additional electrical accessories are connected directly to the battery negative terminal, it may cause problems, because the electric current will bypass the battery current sensor and its readings won't be accurate. What happens if battery gets too hot? Batteries are affected by humidity and temperature. If batteries are exposed to excessive temperature, they will stop working, bulge, bubble, create sparks and flames, damage your device, or blow up. Extreme heat can lead to battery corrosion that shortens the average car battery life.